I just sent out the worst email I have ever sent. It was filled with silly videos and dumb pictures of one of my oldest friends, Timmy Wood. The reason for sending them is what makes it the worst. Tim died suddenly on May 14th of heart failure, and the email I was sending was to contribute material to the memorial show the Upright Citizens Brigade New York put together for him. Tim and his wife Julie, also one of my oldest friends and who I co-founded Bootown with, both worked and performed with UCB for years. Timmy and I didn't talk often anymore, although we did exchange messages 2 days before his death because of my birthday, which made this walk down memory lane extra special. I often reflect on Bootown's beginning, but I don't often excessively scroll through old pictures and videos. I hadn't thought about Tim and Julie's wedding in years, probably, but now I went through all of my old files, as well as those that others sent through this morbid email chain. I remember this whole silly weekend like it was yesterday. It was pretty easy to get caught up in the fun memories and forget why I was going through everything. I pretty much forgot until I had to type that email explaining who I was and the backstory behind each photo and video. This isn't about me, though. This is a story about Timmy Wood. Tim loved movies. During the time we lived together, he had several 24-hour themed movie marathons. The only theme I could remember was blaxploitation, but I'm sure the other themes were just as great. When Tim asked if I would attend, even though I lived in the same house where the event would take place, I said, fuck no. Staying up for 24 hours straight to watch movies did not sound like my idea of a good time. Plus, I had work and all. But Tim still managed to get a crowd, albeit small, to participate in this goofy event. I don't know anyone who could have convinced 10 friends to come over for not one, but several 24-hour movie marathons. Maybe I don't know that many people who would actually try. Tim was never afraid of trying. We also worked at Starbucks together. Sometimes we worked the same opening shift, which meant a stunning start time of 4:15 a.m. I don't know about you, but the first thing I want when I wake up is a giant glass of water to rehydrate myself. Maybe apple juice, and that's only because I had it available at work. Not Tim, though. Tim drank, every morning, a 20 glass of ice-cold milk. That's 30 ounces, everyone, and he gulped it down in one take. It makes my stomach hurt just to think about it. I became so concerned about his milk intake that I brought it up with Julie, and she agreed he did drink an alarming amount of milk. But also that he didn't eat that much, and it was a good source of calories and nutrition for him. Okay, fair. While working there, we started writing a TV pilot called Space Baristas about a coffee shop on an international space station named Starbeans. I revisited it recently, and my favorite part is that the manager was a robot named Ernie the Boss Bot. I was sad when Tim quit that job, only because it meant we wouldn't have that guaranteed time together. Even if it was for only a handful of hours every week, even though we would be covered in steamed milk and smell like stale espresso, and be grumpy about customers who were even grumpier, it was nice to know you would be there with one of your bestest, funniest friends, because that always made things better. Once when my relationship with my long-term boyfriend was on the rocks, Tim told me I should break up with him because I made him a sandwich and he didn't eat it and he didn't say thank you. This was a 100% serious recommendation, but to be fair, Tim was also very serious about sandwiches. It was a really great sandwich. I toasted the bread and everything. I just loved that of all the things that were wrong with our relationship, it was the sandwich that was Tim's final straw, what made him unable to hold his tongue any longer. He got a dog when we lived together, a tiny miniature wiener dog that he named Hobbs. I was pretty pissed when he got her. Julie came in and said, "We have a surprise!" And she handed me the adoption paperwork. I immediately just said, "Get ready to clean up some piss and shit." For someone who loves animals so much, I have no idea why I reacted so negatively. I do know that Hobbs went on to eat through every pair of my underwear and chewed up my favorite belt. So maybe there is something to be said for women's intuition. Tim is the only person I ever made one of those. We'll get married, but we're both single by the age of 40 packs. Now that he's dead, I guess I'll be alone forever. So thanks for that, Tim. I can officially blame you for my inevitable spinsterhood. I also have to say that grown-up story time was Tim's idea. Actually, now that I think about it, the name Bootown was Tim's idea too. How Bootown got its name is a dumb story that I won't go into, but the fact that Gus is still going 9 years later is such a great monument to him. And these are just some of the... These are just stories that spanned a few years, college, and into Bootown's first couple of years. Tim and Julie have been living in New York for about 8 years or something like that, and they have so many new stories I don't even know about. Hopefully Tim kept a journal, and someone will find it 50 years from now and publishes them in his memoir so we can all hear them. A lot of people had really great words to say about what Tim meant to them in the weeks after his death. I wish I could do that too, but that doesn't sound very comforting to me. Instead, I'm more comfortable remembering the kind of person he was and the times we shared. I hope I never forget them. Also, group hug. Everyone go get a physical and talk to your family about their medical history. Go ahead and quit smoking and lay off the donuts while you're at it. We're all gonna die someday, probably alone too because I'm feeling extra dark right now. But let's spend some time together. Let's spend as much time together as we can before that happens.